Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger, and this is the Diablo Open Beta. What I wanted to do is kind of give you a rundown of each character and my impressions of them. And this will give you a general idea of what to expect when you start with these characters, because I'm pretty sure this is pretty close to the final build. Now I'm going to start out with my Barbarian, who I've aptly named Matilda. And
let us seek honor together, my friend.
Now, to give you an idea of the Barbarian, okay? The Barbarian is probably the easiest, if not the easiest, and the second easiest character to get through the game with. Her ability to absorb damage, and this ability, really simple right here, cleave. When you get cleave, when you get rupture with it, where enemies explode, you will just decimate groups of enemies in front of you without even having to think twice. It's really that simple.
In your land?
Oh,
there are none left
up.
to catch them. All has fallen to chaos.
It grieves me to hear that.
Yeah. Something interesting. I'll get into that a little bit more after. The ability to absorb damage and the ability to just cleave through large groups makes her, or him, extremely easy to use. And this ability right here, Leap, this will allow you to circumvent large groups of enemies to get to the big guy in the back and then kill off the smaller enemies at the end. I've been using this ability here, Rend. I'm just going to be straight with you. It's not worth it. I much prefer the Hammer of the Ancients right now.
This place
Simply
reeks
put.
of death. The fallen star is near.
Now, of course, the Barbarian... Hang on a minute. Let's bring down the effects a little bit. I want the voices up, and we'll keep the ambience down. There. That still seems rather loud. There.
Evil has been rebuked.
Yeah.
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
Now, I have played through this with every class.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before.
And
guards, open the gates.
Each
We'll
one
find Leah at the
is
Slaughtered Calf Inn.
fairly fun to play, to be honest. Now, of course, the Barbarian works off Fury, and Fury builds up as you kill things with one ability, and then you can use it with another, and it, as you can see, degrades over time. Now, I'm not going for complete playthroughs. I'm going for speed throughs. So we got 12.3, 10.5, 10.8. So the 12.3 is a stronger weapon. And even though I'll lose 40 life, but I'll gain a little damage and some extra protection. Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll lose a little damage, but I'll gain a little bit more protection, so I'll do that too. Right. Good. Well, this is not going to be get everything, do everything. This is just a quick run through.
I came back here to rally. Watch out! The wounded are
to
turning.
give you an idea. You see, just
This is
so
killing
easy.
business.
Now, granted, I have actually the voices. Probably a little too high. We'll put them back to where they were. That was better. Now, even without powerful weapons, I'll show you here. You start off with Bash and your Hammer of the Ancients, and just between those two weapons until you get Cleave, you're just really a force to be reckoned with. It's that simple. Whoops, I forgot to talk to Leah again, dumbass.
The dead will overwhelm.
I will send them.
And of course, for maximum damage, you want to use 2 weapons. I don't know about using a 2-hander. If I find a good 2-hander, I'll use it. But 2 weapons together, no shield, you really don't need it.
How can I help fight?
I admire
Your warrior.
Well, I have...
They're attacking the barricades!
That's something I just thought to do.
There! That's one of the wretched mothers.
You
There are
see,
more of them in the
just
ruins down the road.
Bowl
I
through
can't do that here.
Why not? Something else I forgot to do that I want to do real quick. I need to go back here. Open up the stash. Now, I'm going to take this. And I'm pretty sure it's slightly better, but let's get cold damage, strength, vitality. It increases in attack speed, and you can convert life and all that. So we're going to change his spear and give him a stronger one as well. Yeah, now I'm ready to go. Now I will not be searching high, low, hither and yonder to complete a map, as I said. This is just to give you a general idea of what they're capable of.
This is a dismal sight.
I mean, even without powerful weapons, when just starting, you're really able to just saw through groups of enemies without a problem. And, you know, a really strong start. Now, there's a couple things I want to address. Things I'm worried about. In the old Diablo, the Barbarian was the same way. Was a machine up front. You could just saw through anyone and anything in your way and not have to worry about it. Well, what I am worried about is the Barbarian falling off in ladder levels. In Diablo 2, when you get up to Hell level, and you went to do like the Hell Cow level and other stuff, it could be really difficult. Enemies could easily surround you. Enemies with certain debuffs or certain abilities could just really devastate you. And of course, the only way you had to fight them was to get up close, and you would take a ton of damage just for doing that. So I'm hoping they fix that, and that the Barbarians, you know, not just the Barbarian, but everybody's
Task is done. These unholy
kind of
creatures
stays
can rest now.
fairly even up the way. You know, I'll talk about the sorceress when I get to her, and I'll talk about the monk when I get... Well, I say her because I like playing the female characters. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. If I'm gonna have to play a character and be staring at them the entire game, I'd rather
Old
it be
Tristram. Diablo himself once walked this place.
This village surrendered to evil and paid the price.
Now, interestingly enough, when you have your Templar with you, after you get him later in the game, and you restart it, as you've heard, he does have things to say at the beginning. You know, he talks about things, he interacts with things, he interacts with and talks with you. I, for one...
The vile staff of Lazarus was
I'll let
brought
that
to
play.
me today, confirming my suspicions. There is no longer any doubt that Lazarus kidnapped Albrecht, and perhaps even freed Diablo from his ancient prison. Who knows what further treachery he has planned.
There we go.
Thank you for your help.
Nor should she.
Yeah.
Come,
help
let
her.
us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first.
Yep. Okay. Let's go.
Here, let me open the gate.
Because apparently I'm incapable.
Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons. cellar. Follow me.
Your mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch.
This is normally
but I
where
never
you would
believed
get
it.
the cauldron, at least in the just look at the damage enabled output. Let me get out of those because those will freeze. That's not something I want to put up with.
Here's the key. And
I will
thank
go.
you.
Yeah. Okay, done. But yeah, the Templar reacts to things that are early on, such as he spoke about, Tristram falling. You don't have to worry about dealing with the Tristram falling story. I mean, you don't get him until much later in the first act here. So that's nice that they put that in. That was a nice touch. And there's no adventure here. Usually there's an adventure here. You turn his corpse over, say something and all that, but whatever. Interesting
Tristram
enough,
Cathedral.
the Templar
Fallen
runs
star lies
ahead of,
within.
slightly ahead of you, or even with you, which I find interesting.
Cathedral. I'm amazed it still stands.
See, even
This is
there
where
is
the
something to
star
say.
Do you smell that? The stone
Don't.
itself burns.
Now, I have enough working knowledge in these maps, I should be able to do a fairly good job of getting through them somewhat quickly. Now, something I like about Leap, and watch it not work here, but you don't need stairs. You can jump down, you can also jump up as long as you have sight. So, very useful in that term. Something else your Templar will do is let you know when you're facing like elites or a rare monster.
Keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
A mighty
And
adversary is
unfortunately-
before us.
Yep, see, there's a perfect example of what I was saying. He goes, a mighty adversary is before us, and there were some elite monsters. But if you're looking for an easy start, if you want someone that you can farm up early items with, sorry about that. If you're looking for someone that you can farm up early starting items with to help other characters get started through your shared inventory, I would strongly recommend the Barbarian. Just like I said, the ability to absorb damage, and then once you get a few good weapons under you,
Perhaps it is best that they are not here to see its fate.
Indeed.
you can just mold
I will
through
not
shit,
be denied.
as you can see. Now, I'm not sure how far my level can go, to be honest. Oh, the Deckard King.
Our minions,
We'll
stay
watch
back.
it one time.
Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Right. Probably the weakest freaking enemy in the game in terms of bosses. Oh, poor Kane. That old man's trying to fight.
Hey, I will save you.
Only character that can do that.
Help!
Just bash him over the head with a hammer a couple times, and there you go.
Thank
I have need.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to hear that Leah is
get
well.
rid of that.
I feared the worst.
That stays
I
there.
learned of
Get
this
rid of that.
secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the
hello,
fallen
treasure chest.
star. Follow me
Nothing
to
interesting.
Tristram.
Yep. Uncle, you're safe. Yes,
Uncle,
he is.
you're
Shut up.
Thanks,
Diamonds.
not
Please, Uncle.
the skeleton.
Go talk to the
Sell-
blacksmith. You have no idea how many times I've done this. When my Templar's gone up in level, he doesn't get something until 15.
Blacksmith.
Not now.
It is
Thank you. Follow me. We must be ready to finish this work, if he cannot.
I love that, just that interaction of stuff that comes long before you get them.
My friends, I'm sorry. Apologies will not lay them to rest, blacksmith. Swing your bloody hammer.
This must be done.
Oops, missed one. Okay, that takes.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
Hedrig! Help me!
Is the surest road to a tragedy.
I couldn't have done this. I can hear find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Now that is two things I'm going to be trying to accomplish on this. Number one is find the apprentice. This is a fairly large area, and number
There's a
two
big bag coming this time.
is going to be of course finding the right tomb. I'm not going to bother fighting, exploring the whole map. Of course, a systematic search of the map will probably make finding the apprentice easier. And yes, as before, you still are able to get bonus experience. Usually the apprentice is in a fairly early part of the map. Oops, somebody's saying hi. Too bad I'm busy. Take down this light post. No idea why, I never get anything from it. Run into little dynamic quests as you go along. Typical Diablo style, but very nice. So we're running into the edge over here. This is the part that'll take the longest in the beginning by far. Yep,
This
here's
must
the
be the
apprentice.
blacksmith's apprentice. Hedrig should be told of his fate.
Go. Looks like there's a Den of the Fallen. Wow, really? I never found this before. Not on any of my playthroughs, and I did thorough searches of every map of one of those. Amazing. So this is new. Now, as far as I know, the Den of the Fallen was one of the first little dungeon areas that you could find in Diablo 2. Really? Are we done now? Thank you. Wow, what is that? Oh, it's a nest. Of course. I remember the nest from Diablo 2 as well. I mean, these look much more alive. Frenzied, increasing attack speed, very useful. I was gonna say there's nothing over here, but yeah, there's a small path to get through. Crossbow. nest. Deal with that. Now, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be doing... Well, I'd be doing really good, but not nearly this fast.
I could do that again.
Okay. Yeah, but definitely not nearly this fast if I was doing this without these weapons that I've picked up through my other playthroughs. There's something up there. I just love how you can just... You know, the guy who voices the Templar reminds me... Den of the Fallen 2, that's what we've been looking for. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Nightmarish.
More fury.
If anyone's familiar with the last in the Star Trek series entries called Enterprise, the prequel to everything, they had a tactical officer. And honestly, the sad part is his name escapes me right now.
I need fury.
Okay. Shrine. That will be the way out.
Forces arrayed against us that are stronger
And yeah, that's it.
Some greater purpose lies
Gonna
behind
peek
these
up in this
giants,
corner.
but I do
Oh,
not
there's a
yet know
treasure
it.
chest.
We will not discover it here.
Take
Keep
that,
going.
take that, take the gold. Anything else? Probably not, but we'll look anyways. Dead adventure. That'd be it. I really don't need any more minor health potions with Barbarian. I hardly ever use them. There we go. Oh, and to give you an idea, my Templar here, you get to choose a skill every so often at certain levels. And in my first one I took Heal. I never take Intervene, even with the Sorceress. Heal is much more handy when it comes down to it. And this one provides life regeneration for you and the Templar. Again, very, very useful over enemies that attack the Templar are slowed. Very useful. Knockback. Probably the most annoying enemy you'll run into. Go. Did I pick up anything useful? I always want to try a two-hander, but I can't bring myself to get rid of my two yellows just to try a two-hander. I really want to see. Now, typically, if you follow the road, it should take you rather quickly. I'm not interested in that. Yep, here we go. Cross the bridge, around the corner. Very good. Keep coming, Templar. There we go. Now, I'm going to go in here, although it's almost never the first crypt where you'll find Leoric's crown. I do kind of hope to find one of the side quests in here. One thing I am particularly concerned about, as with the Diablo 2 game, is there were certain abilities that were must-have for every class. You know, if you tried to mix things up, it just didn't go well. With the Barbarian, you had to have Leap, and you had to have like Whirlwind, and you had to have certain shouts. Terrifying. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Oh wow, it is the first cathedral. Or the first...
I am on the right path. The
I said
crown
almost
must
never,
be-
but apparently this time it
It's
is.
safe for many years. A noble act.
Well, here we're going to see Big Dude come through. He should be relatively easy to deal with now. When I first fought this guy, much like I am now with the Barbarian, I was just able to stand against him and just rip him down like that. No problem. My life got a little low. That's really what you use Leap for. When you got guys in the back that you have to grab. That you have to put down before the rest. Well, even though I don't need it, you just leap in on them. And Leap helps snare as well, which slows them down, giving you plenty of time to beat on them. Skeleton just fell apart for whatever reason. Okay. And here's the crown.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this
Yeah,
world.
you don't have a choice. I'll show you my second ability here. Yoink! Yeah, you do a scorpion, get over here with a chain.
Still recharging.
So if you can't jump to them, you can pull them to you if you're lucky.
Stronger within you.
In other words, I leveled up. My ground stomp, which is one of the first abilities you get. You stomp the ground that stuns enemies around you. So this also will slow enemy movement speed. Not really interested. And this one, Seismic Slam, creates shockwaves that damages enemies in the path. We may like that idea. We shall try that out. Oh yeah, this is where you actually like town portal. Oh yes. Oh yes.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair.
Salvage,
Should be no
salvage,
problem.
salvage, 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 salvage,
It's good
salvage,
to work again.
salvage, 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 salvage,
There.
salvage, salvage,
New
and
as the
salvage.
day it was placed upon the Black King's
you.
head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind.
Then follow. I have.
Whatever. Blacksmith's belongings. Nothing in there because I already took it. We'll put the spear in here. We'll take the bow. We got some more crafting items and some more teeth. Works for me.
Leoric's crown.
I have the
will-
crown. And we go back to where we met Cain and continue on down the cathedral. Well, it's like I said, with the Barbarian, this is really easy. Even with just basic weapons and armor, with all this build up, this is a great champion to use to get early, low-level armor, and so you can twink out your other champions as well. Pulverize a few monsters, works for me.
Not enough fury.
Probably shouldn't have used my lead.
More fury.
Oh, he died to the snare itself. That should be a nice little chain there. 29 monsters. Very good. Now I should honestly be able to leap up. Crap, which way was I going? This way.
What troubles you, Templar?
My apologies. It pains me to see such a holy place desecrated and in ruins.
We will purify it.
Sure, why not? usually stairs are not the way to go. Usually you want to stay on the ground if you're doing speed runs. Going upstairs or downstairs will not help you. It's just an off area.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there? We have done it.
Derp. Oh! A treasure demon. Treasure bandit. I'll take those. And get that out of my inventory. And that out of my inventory. And that and that. Jeez, I picked up a lot of junk. Oops. I think I'll stick.
Vulkatos guides my hand.
10 in a single blow.
More fury.
There's an old story about so many in one blow. It's kind of an old childhood story, and I don't think I'm going to really go into it. But this was not the right direction.
I will not accept this. It's not my time to die.
Yes, it is. So we'll try to the right once we... Didn't I kill everything in here already? Jeez. Ow. You see why these become the most annoying enemies, the knockbacks. Especially when you have big enemies that are prone to knockbacks as it is. Yes, the rune I have on for my cleave is like a rune of explosion. When I kill an enemy with cleave, it explodes, dealing damage around to all the enemies around him. So it makes cleave very effective in clearing out hordes of minions. When you start off with the Barbarian, like I said, you start off with just bash and the hammer. And just those two things alone. Now this is really cool. This is where you get the Templar. Now, I already have the Templar, so how's this gonna work? Watch.
Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help. Tell me, what
Here we
brought you
go.
to this infernal place?
I come to vanquish the Skeleton King.
Oh, you
As
didn't
do
say
I.
it.
Why have you come here, brother?
There it is.
Cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I am here
I
to
don't know if
find
he'll
out.
keep reacting, but he asked, "Why have you come here, brother?" And he came
Down
here
this
to
way.
stop
He's
somebody.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is
Now I
the
get two
Skeleton King you
Templars.
seek, then you will have to fight
Where'd
your
you go?
way past John Dar.
There you are.
There is no reason we should hunt alone.
What Templar can be trusted?
Evil cowers at the sight of just one Templar. Two will bring it to its knees.
You see, they react to you even having the Templar. That's just a really nice... That's one of those small things that tends to go unnoticed when they write in extra like that. There's almost nothing in these armor racks ever, but I'm going to go look anyways and waste my time. Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. I got to go up these stairs. I was hoping I could jump down, but
magic
no.
bars our
That's
way.
right. I gotta go through
But
this.
the will of a Templar is stronger.
I swear it's the same guy from Enterprise.
Templar John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
Stop running away.
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world.
Uh-huh.
Please forgive me.
By the time you're done
My
with your
vision
speech,
was
you're dead.
clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Kill him.
Thank you for your aid.
Venturing
I
Eagle
will go
Orb.
with you on
Finally
your
got
hunt
something
for
for my
the Skeleton
sorceress.
King. But there is one condition.
Off him.
If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Agreed.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Onwards we go. Now, of course, that just phases out there. If you're running through this for the first time, you get the choice of having the Templar join you or not. And for heaven's sakes, even if you are the Barbarian, I don't know why you wouldn't have the Templar join you.
There, a worthy foe.
God, I hate these little things. Oh, they stop popping out worms and start popping out these little annoying little things that like to run around after you kill the main host. Real pain in the neck. Yep, these skeletons can block abilities.
What is this?
This is different. Whatever it was, I didn't let it last long enough to find out. Not that that's a terrible thing. Works for me. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Annoying little sons of bitches, die. Overkill. Alright. One of these two ways, probably.
Tried to count how many we've killed. Track.
The little things that make it fun. You even get bonuses for smashing a certain amount of objects. As you see there, destruction. I got a 22 XP bonus for destroying 10 objects within a certain amount of time of each other. Come on, Templar, I'm not going to bother with that. Come on. The way is here. I'd love to have a double sickle, but oh well. And here we are, already at the Ark. I could just run past these if I wanted, but the Ark sword. Even though he uses a giant mace.
This burden is mine.
Yeah, you get to watch the
Peace
enactment.
from your madness, Leoric.
The guy running Leoric through with the sword. You do, and here comes the Skeleton King himself.
You dare to bring
Leoric was a big dude.
into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn.
And he activates these 4 pillars. They will continuously spawn enemies. You just gotta rip them down. As the Barbarian, not a problem. gonna clean up the mess. Zip. There you go. 33 monsters. That's how you can judge how fast you do that. The more monsters you have in the kill, the longer it took you to do that. The Barbarian is very fast at it. So cleave with the explosion rune when you get it. And... fucking jars blocking my way. I'll just kill him through the gate. Why not? Oh, nope, wrong way.
I do not understand
forgot.
how evil walks in the day. Should it not fear the light?
Perhaps the sun is neutral.
But the light is both a literal and figurative foe of evil.
Philosophy.
You will never defeat me!
What's the matter, Leoric? Scared? You had to take down the way between
You
us?
were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Yeah, what he said. Alright, let's go. Choppy choppy.
Done.
Now, the Barbarian, for me, had the easiest time versus Leoric of anyone that I used to face him. Because if you make a mistake, it's fine. You can just sit here and beat him on him all freaking day. You just watch him to go into his big wind-up, this, and get out of the way. Once he's done, you go back in and beat on him some more. Summons up some minions, very easy to kill. Here comes the big 3-strike. 1, 2. Oh, he didn't strike 3 times. Whatever. And usually, so far, what I'm finding is whatever abilities work on normal minions also whatever abilities work on normal minions also work on bosses. So something I've been wanting to try here. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Nope. It did grab him, it looked like, but he didn't get pulled forward. It's just so easy to stand against him as the Barbarian and just hack away. Even getting hit by that doesn't do a lot of damage. And there we go. Now the fight took a little longer the last time I did because I didn't have the powerful weapons I do now, but not much longer. Just to be honest with you, not much longer. So, here you go, folks. First playthrough with the Barbarian. Again, while I go over this, while I go back and do this, I'm going to go over real quick. If you're looking for a hero that can very easily cut through the early stages And I can very easily cut through the early stages and do a lot of damage without much fuss or problem. That can easily farm up early level items so that you can twink out other characters. Oh no! Oh, I was not paying attention. Oh, damn it. Put that on. Oh, man. I accidentally salvaged my orb, and I've got no way to get it back. That was dumb of me. But, in any case, folks, there you go. Like I said, an early level farmer to get you some low level items that you can put into your shared stash over here that you can give to other characters to give them a much easier time to get through the game. And I would strongly, highly, 100% recommend doing that, because some of the other characters will have a much harder time dealing with the game, you know, in the beginning levels, than I really think is absolutely necessary. And we'll get into that later. But until next time, folks, this is One Big Bug. I'm signing out with our Barbarian, and I'll see you then.